What if one of the cities millions of Filipinos call home today looked completely different tomorrow? Not because of a typhoon, not because of a flood, but because of an earthquake that lasts less than a minute. The Philippines sits along the Pacific Ring of Fire, one of the most seismically active regions on Earth. Every year, thousands of earthquakes occur beneath our islands. Most are too small to notice. Others shake homes, disrupt communities, and remind us that powerful forces are constantly moving beneath our feet. But experts warn that some of the country's most dangerous fault systems continue to accumulate pressure. And when that pressure is finally released, the consequences could be devastating. History has already shown us what strong earthquakes can do. Buildings can collapse within seconds. Roads can crack apart. Entire neighborhoods can become isolated. In some places, the ground itself can sink, shift, or even behave like liquid. Tonight, we're counting down 10 Philippine cities that could face some of the most serious consequences when the next major earthquake strikes. Some names on this list are expected. Others may surprise you. And as we move closer to number 1, you'll discover why many experts consider it one of the most vulnerable urban areas in the entire country. Let's begin. Number 10. Dagupan City. Dagupan City may be famous for its thriving fishing industry and its title as the Bangus capital of the Philippines, but beneath its busy streets lies a problem that scientists have been warning about for decades. The city sits on soft, water-saturated soil deposited by the Agno River. At first glance, that may not sound alarming, but during a major earthquake, this type of ground can become extremely dangerous. Instead of staying solid, it can temporarily behave like liquid, causing buildings, roads, and other structures to sink or tilt. Dagupan experienced this firsthand during the devastating 1990 Luzon earthquake. Entire sections of the city suffered severe liquefaction. Buildings collapsed, roads cracked apart, and some areas actually dropped in elevation. For many residents, it was a disaster unlike anything they had ever witnessed. What makes Dagupan concerning today is that the conditions responsible for that destruction still exist. The same soft ground remains beneath much of the city. If another powerful earthquake strikes nearby, entire neighborhoods could once again face flooding, structural damage, and transportation disruptions. For a city that continues to grow and develop, the lesson from history is clear. Dagupan has already shown what can happen when powerful shaking meets unstable ground. The next major earthquake could test the city once again. Number 9. Baguio City. When people think of earthquake danger, mountain cities are not usually the first places that come to mind. But Baguio City has already proven that elevation alone offers no protection from a major disaster. Nestled high in the Cordillera Mountains, Baguio is known for its cool climate, scenic views, and vibrant tourism industry. Yet it also carries one of the most painful earthquake memories in Philippine history. During the 1990 Luzon earthquake, Baguio suffered extensive destruction. Buildings collapsed, major roads were blocked, and landslides cut off access to the city. For days, thousands of residents and visitors were effectively trapped as rescue teams struggled to reach affected areas. The city's mountainous terrain remains one of its greatest vulnerabilities. Strong ground shaking can trigger landslides on surrounding slopes, sending tons of rock and soil onto roads and communities below. Even if buildings survive the initial earthquake, blocked highways and damaged infrastructure can create a second crisis by delaying rescue operations and emergency supplies. Today, Baguio is larger and busier than ever. Millions of tourists visit each year, and residential areas continue to expand along hillsides. That growth brings opportunity, but it also increases exposure to risk. Many people remember Baguio for its beauty. Earthquake experts remember it for what happened in 1990, and for what could happen again if another major quake strikes the region. Number 8. Cebu City. Cebu City stands as one of the most important economic centers in the Philippines. It is a hub for business, tourism, education, and transportation. Every day, millions of people move through Metro Cebu's roads, ports, shopping districts, and residential communities. But beneath this thriving urban landscape lies a growing concern. Cebu is surrounded by active geological structures capable of producing significant earthquakes. In recent years, nearby seismic activity has served as a reminder that the region is far from immune to major ground shaking. What makes Cebu particularly vulnerable is the combination of population density and infrastructure concentration. Modern high-rise buildings stand alongside older structures that were built long before current earthquake standards existed. Busy bridges connect key parts of the metropolitan area, while ports and airports serve as vital lifelines for commerce and travel. In a major earthquake, damage to just a few critical transportation links could disrupt daily life for millions of people. Emergency response efforts could become more difficult, while businesses, schools, hospitals, and residential communities face significant challenges. Cebu's rapid growth has transformed it into one of the country's most dynamic cities. Yet growth also brings responsibility. As more people live and work in the region, the stakes continue to rise. For many experts, the question is not whether Cebu will experience another major earthquake. The question is how prepared the city will be when that day finally arrives. Number 7. Davao City. Davao City is often recognized as one of the Philippines' most progressive and fastest-growing urban centers. It serves as the economic heart of Mindanao, attracting businesses, investors, students, and families from across the region. But despite its reputation for stability and growth, Davao sits in a part of the country where powerful earthquakes are a very real threat. The city lies within reach of major seismic sources, including the Philippine Trench and segments of the Philippine Fault System. Over the years, Mindanao has experienced numerous strong earthquakes, some powerful enough to damage homes, schools, roads, and public infrastructure. Many residents still remember the series of destructive earthquakes that struck parts of Mindanao in recent years, reminding everyone that the region remains highly active beneath the surface. What makes Davao particularly concerning is its combination of population growth and geographic diversity. While the downtown area continues to expand vertically with modern buildings, many communities are located near hillsides and elevated terrain that could become vulnerable to landslides during intense shaking. A major earthquake would not only affect buildings, it could damage transportation networks, interrupt water and power services, and create challenges for emergency responders trying to reach affected communities. As Davao continues to grow into one of the country's most important cities, earthquake preparedness becomes more critical than ever. Number 6. Muntinlupa City. At first glance, Muntinlupa appears to be one of Metro Manila's most modern success stories. Home to major business districts, upscale residential communities, and important transportation corridors, the city has become a gateway connecting the capital to southern Luzon. However, beneath that growth lies a serious geological concern. Parts of Muntinlupa are located near the West Valley Fault, the same fault system that experts have long associated with the feared Big One. Even more concerning, several areas are built on soft ground that may be susceptible to liquefaction during a powerful earthquake. Liquefaction occurs when saturated soil temporarily loses strength during intense shaking. When this happens, roads can crack, buildings can tilt, and critical infrastructure can suffer extensive damage. For a densely populated city like Muntinlupa, the consequences could be severe. The city's role as a transportation hub adds another layer of risk. Thousands of commuters travel through Muntinlupa every day. Major highways, overpasses, and transport connections help move people and goods throughout the region. If key infrastructure were damaged during a major earthquake, the disruption could extend far beyond the city's borders. For many residents, the danger feels distant because daily life continues normally. Yet experts continue to monitor the area closely, warning that preparation today could make an enormous difference when the next major earthquake eventually arrives. Number 5. Taguig City. Few places symbolize the Philippines' rapid modernization better than Taguig City. From the towering skyscrapers of Bonifacio Global City to its expanding residential communities, Taguig has become one of the country's most important financial and commercial centers. But underneath this impressive skyline lies a challenge that cannot be ignored. Sections of Taguig are located near the West Valley Fault, one of the most closely monitored fault systems in the Philippines. While many of the city's buildings were constructed using modern engineering standards, earthquake experts emphasize that no city is completely immune when a major fault releases decades of accumulated pressure. The risk is not limited to buildings alone. Taguig contains vital transportation links, hospitals, schools, telecommunications infrastructure, and business districts that serve millions of people. A major earthquake could disrupt multiple systems simultaneously, creating a ripple effect throughout Metro Manila and beyond. Another concern involves areas that were once wetlands or low-lying terrain. During strong ground shaking, these locations may experience soil instability that can increase structural risks and complicate recovery efforts. What makes Taguig unique is the sheer concentration of people, businesses, and infrastructure packed into a relatively small area. In ordinary times, that concentration fuels economic growth. During a major earthquake, however, it could significantly magnify the scale of disruption. As we move into the top 4 cities on this list, the potential consequences become even more serious. And the next city demonstrates why low elevation and earthquake risk can be an especially dangerous combination. Number 4. Malabon City. Malabon City has spent decades battling floods, rising water, and the challenges that come with living near Manila Bay. But according to many earthquake experts, flooding may not be the only threat residents should be concerned about. Much of Malabon sits on low-lying ground composed of soft sediments that have accumulated over centuries. Under normal conditions, these soils support homes, roads, schools, and businesses. During a powerful earthquake, however, that same ground can become one of the city's greatest weaknesses. Scientists have repeatedly identified Malabon as one of Metro Manila's areas with significant liquefaction potential. In simple terms, intense shaking could cause the soil beneath buildings and roads to temporarily lose stability. When that happens, structures may tilt, crack, or suffer serious damage, even if they are not directly on a fault line. The challenge becomes even greater because of Malabon's dense population. Thousands of families live in closely packed neighborhoods where emergency access can already be difficult during severe flooding. Add a major earthquake to that situation, and rescue operations could become far more complicated. Many Filipinos rarely associate Malabon with earthquake risk. Yet experts continue to warn that the city's combination of soft ground, high population density, and aging infrastructure could make it one of Metro Manila's most vulnerable urban areas when the next major earthquake strikes. Number 3. Quezon City. As the largest and most populous city in the Philippines, Quezon City plays a vital role in the daily lives of millions of people. Government offices, universities, hospitals, business districts, and major transportation routes all converge here. What happens in Quezon City often affects the entire nation. That is precisely why earthquake experts pay such close attention to it. Parts of Quezon City sit dangerously close to the West Valley Fault, the fault system widely associated with the long-anticipated Big One. For years, scientists have warned that this fault continues to accumulate pressure beneath the surface. While nobody can predict exactly when it will rupture, experts agree that the potential consequences could be enormous. The concern is not simply about individual buildings. Quezon City contains some of the country's most critical infrastructure: hospitals that serve thousands of patients, schools filled with students, government facilities, transportation networks, and major commercial centers could all be affected by a single large earthquake. What makes the situation particularly alarming is the city's population. Millions of people live, work, study, or travel through Quezon City every day. During a major seismic event, evacuation routes could become congested, communication systems could fail, and emergency services could face overwhelming demand. The warning signs have been discussed for years, yet the scale of a worst-case scenario remains difficult for many people to fully grasp. And if Quezon City faces significant damage, the effects would likely be felt across much of the country. Number 2. Manila City. For more than 4 centuries, Manila has stood at the center of Philippine history. It is the nation's capital, a symbol of resilience, and home to millions of people who live and work within one of the most densely populated urban environments in Southeast Asia. But Manila's greatest strength, its concentration of people, businesses, and infrastructure, could also become one of its greatest vulnerabilities during a major earthquake. Large sections of Manila were built on reclaimed or low-lying coastal land. Experts have long warned that some of these areas may be highly susceptible to liquefaction during intense ground shaking. Combined with aging structures, narrow streets, and dense communities, the risks become difficult to ignore. A powerful earthquake would affect far more than buildings alone. Transportation systems could be disrupted. Ports could experience damage. Power and communication networks could suffer outages. Hospitals could suddenly face thousands of emergencies at the same time. The human impact could be even greater. With millions of residents packed into a relatively small area, even short periods of confusion and disruption could create enormous challenges for emergency responders. History has already shown that Manila is vulnerable to powerful earthquakes. The next major event could test the city's resilience on a scale never seen before. And while Manila ranks second on this list, the city at number 1 sits even closer to the danger that experts fear most. Because if Manila is vulnerable to the big one, the next city may be standing directly in its path. Number 1, Marikina City. If there is one city that earthquake experts have watched more closely than almost any other in the Philippines, it is Marikina City. Unlike many places on this list that are threatened by nearby faults, soft ground, or secondary hazards, Marikina faces a more direct concern. The city sits along the Marikina Valley, an area closely associated with the West Valley Fault, the fault system responsible for the long-feared Big One. For decades, scientists have warned that this fault continues to accumulate stress beneath the surface. And when that stress is eventually released, Marikina could be among the first places to experience its full force. The city's dense residential communities, schools, hospitals, commercial districts, and transportation routes would all be exposed to intense ground shaking. In some areas, evacuation could become difficult due to damaged roads, collapsed structures, and disrupted communication systems. Emergency responders could face enormous challenges reaching affected neighborhoods during the crucial first hours after a disaster. What makes Marikina particularly concerning is not just its location, but its proximity to one of the country's most studied earthquake threats. While no one can predict exactly when the next major rupture will occur, experts agree on one thing. When the West Valley Fault eventually moves, Marikina is expected to be among the hardest-hit cities in the Philippines, and that is why it ranks number 1 on our list. As we've seen throughout this countdown, earthquake risk is not limited to a single province, island, or region. From the mountain communities of Baguio to the crowded streets of Metro Manila, millions of Filipinos live in areas where powerful earthquakes remain a possibility. What's important to remember is that this video is not a prediction. No scientist can tell us exactly when the next major earthquake will strike. What experts can tell us is where the risks are highest and why preparation matters. History has repeatedly shown that earthquakes can change communities in a matter of seconds. Buildings can be rebuilt, roads can be repaired, but preparation before a disaster often determines how many lives are saved afterward. For families living in these cities, awareness is one of the most important first steps. Knowing evacuation routes, securing heavy furniture, preparing emergency supplies, and understanding local hazards can make a significant difference when every second counts. The Philippines has faced countless natural disasters throughout its history, and time after time, Filipinos have shown extraordinary resilience. But resilience works best when it is supported by preparation. Now we want to hear from you. Which city on this list surprised you the most? Do you agree with the ranking, or do you think another Philippine city should have been included? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this documentary informative, stay with us for our next investigation, where we reveal the Philippine provinces most at risk from a future mega tsunami, because some of the locations on that list may surprise you even more. Until next time, stay informed, stay prepared, and stay safe.